don't have to be too
we
professional.
we just talk, and we're always obviously all about the news. Sometimes though, Tino, we got to get into the rumors. Okay,
Ooh.
Rumors are good, depending.
But I went and collected all these facts for you, Dan.
Okay,
in
all right.
the
Well,
last hour.
let's start with facts because Tina,
Yes.
obviously,
Yeah.
our amazing sports broadcaster, the host of
Sports Extra.
Sports Extra,
Sunday night, 10:30 here on Fox 5.
every Sunday. I know, Tina, you're here in the morning, and then so many days you're out with the Giants, you're out with the Jets,
Used to
you're
be.
sort of in tight with them. I mean, when their season is actually going on. And then we got this big news yesterday, not necessarily unexpected, out of the Baltimore
Yeah.
Ravens camp.
Right.
And that could affect what we do here with New York. So just sort of talk me through what happened over these last 24 hours.
Going into week 18, I was joking around a little bit how it was the Giants coaching bowl. That's what I was calling the Steelers-Ravens matchup.
Why was
because
that? Okay.
all season long, there was a lot of calls, mostly from fans, about either Mike Tomlin of the Steelers or
Okay.
John Harbaugh of the Baltimore Ravens being fired because fans were not happy with what was going on during that season. But
Okay.
the Steelers go and win 4 out of their last 5 games. And they beat the Ravens, so they advance. They win
So
the AFC.
Steelers
North. So
beat the Ravens.
Ravens. It was a playoff game. That was
Okay.
a playoff game. Sunday Night Football. Steelers advance. They go to the playoffs.
Okay.
Ex-Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Totally different story. I could talk 3 hours about that one. But so the Baltimore Ravens lose, but they didn't get beat by the Steelers. They lost on a 44-yard field goal that was missed by their rookie kicker, and there were so many situations. And if the kid makes it.
It's a different scenario.
Then maybe we're talking about Mike Tomlin right now. Maybe he gets fired yesterday, not John Harbaugh. So it really was shocking.
There's
he was
John
fired.
There's John Harbaugh. Okay,
Yes.
so
Fired yesterday, Tuesday at about 5 p.m. The news broke.
So football fans who follow closely, they know a little bit about John Harbaugh, but obviously this is our streaming show. A lot of people tuning into Good Day,
Good point.
and picking us up here now. But one of the things, if you eventually do become involved in New York media, you become a news story, and so you're often in a lot of the headlines. So John Harbaugh, who is he?
Coached 18 years with the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Won 180 games over that span.
Wow.
He won Super Bowl 47 when the Ravens beat the 49ers, coached by his brother. That was the Harbaugh Bowl.
Jim Harbaugh,
his brother
coach.
Jim, who's now with the Chargers, but at the time was coaching the San Francisco 49ers before he went to Michigan. Another 2-hour story we could talk about.
Okay.
But so they win that. That was 2013, wins that Super Bowl. And this year, the 2025 season, this is the first time that the Ravens are not in the playoffs since 2021. So, I mean, he has had this success in 22,
He's a winner.
23. Exactly.
Okay.
He's a winner. What had happened is, and this is where the calling for, possibly firing Harbaugh over the season was, he seemed to have lost connection. There was like a disconnect or lost his voice with the Ravens locker room.
Sometimes when you're with a team for so long,
Yes.
you're kind of maybe you need a little change. So the Giants, this is why we're talking about
Yes.
John Harbaugh. Giants, their head coach Brian Daboll. I mean, it didn't end well.
Fired midseason.
It came in. I mean, he had one good year where he had the Giants in the playoffs, and then after that, they've been kind of a mess. Right?
Yeah, some injuries. I mean, Daniel Jones, it was Daboll's first year when they made it to the playoffs, beat the Minnesota Vikings in the first round. Kind of got pummeled by the Eagles, though, in the second round. But that was Daniel Jones' banner year. They signed him to this massive extension. They kept franchising Saquon Barkley at that time.
Okay.
So that Daboll's first year, AP Coach of the Year, that was Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley's peak years. Then Jones gets a bunch of injuries the next year.
Right.
They franchise Saquon again. He's playing aggravated because he wanted to get a huge contract extension, etc. So those next 2 years, which you were referring to, and then came this year. And they lose Barkley. Then comes this year when they started with Russell Wilson, go 0 for 3, quickly switch to rookie Jackson Dart. Dart plays well out of the gate. Then they start losing games again, and Daboll gets fired.
But Joe Shane, who's the GM, I think we have a picture of Joe Shane. Yeah, there he is. So Joe Shane, he is the general manager, and he keeps his job. So Daboll, who's the head coach,
Yes, has been gone. Yes, since midseason.
He's fired midseason. He right here, Shane, he keeps his job, and essentially as a general manager, he's in charge of who will be hired as the next head coach.
The good thing about the Giants and the franchise, co-owners John Mara, Steve Tisch, is they're an attractive franchise. This is a team that has won 4 Super Bowls.
That's
You're
one of the iconic franchises.
Exactly. And also, the thing is, the bright spot about this season is the play of rookie Jackson Dart. Now, after Dable was fired, the kid had a couple concussions. He struggled. And then he came back, and Mike Kafka, offensive coordinator, interim head coach, he will be interviewed for the Giants head coaching job. I think we know the answer for that one, but he will be interviewed. But Dart was playing different, with Kafka as the head coach, not the OC. And then the last 2 games, we saw Dart for what we knew him as. And, Dan, the Giants, it's almost like free agents. The Giants are getting Malik Neighbors back.
All right.
Week 4 blows his ACL. Might not come back week 1, but who cares? Let him come back week 4. You're getting Cam Scattaboo back. Him and Dart, the 2 rookies, the energy
my
between
son
them.
loved the Scattaboo. So why would
It's an attractive team.
Why would Harbaugh be a good fit for the Giants?
Well, that's everything I'm just saying. That the iconic franchise, the history of the 4 Super Bowls. You have a young core in place, along with Andrew Thomas, one of the best offensive tackles in the league. Brian Burns having one of those great years as an edge rusher. He put 16 and a half sacks.
So it seems like Giants have a
are
lot
attractive.
of pieces, and
Yes.
maybe someone like Harbaugh, who's got this sort of winning pedigree, can organize things, maybe like what we're seeing up in New England. But he's not the only one who they're talking to, right? You had
So we
another
don't even know if
person.
they've said. Now, we know the Giants are interested. Harbaugh's agent said 7 teams reached out.
And 7 teams have open coaching
There are
vacancies.
6 teams
Okay.
with open vacancies. So somebody with a head coach right now reached out.
All right.
Wonder who that is. So what's also interesting, you have to factor in, does he want to coach this year?
Right.
And will he even pick the Giants? Because you have Atlanta that's available, the Raiders. Don't think he'll go to the Cardinals, teams like that. The Browns, obviously, they fired Stefanski.
So he's another guy who may be. Let's take a look at him.
Yes.
So Stefanski is right here.
Yes,
So
young,
what's his
43
deal?
years old. So
What's
Kevin
his deal?
Stefanski was fired. Look, he took the Browns, who used to be the lovable losers, to two years they went to the playoffs. He was named AP Coach of the Year, both of those seasons. Had a whole quarterback situation the last couple of years with Deshaun Watson, and then you're dealing with Shedeur Sanders this year. So there's a lot going on there. But he's very offensive minded. He's young. He could be somebody that could connect with a Jackson Dart, and he was number 1 on the Giants list until Harbaugh gets fired 5 o'clock last night, and he is the hottest coaching commodity when you're talking about Harbaugh.
And listen, when the Giants are hot, when the Giants and the Jets, but when the Giants are playing good, it's fun. It's fun to be around here. So we hope that they can turn things around one way or the other. Maybe it'll be Harbaugh. Maybe it'll be Stefanski.
And breaking
maybe it'll
news
be
this
somebody
morning
else.
after
Okay,
I was
more
done.
News?
Yes, after I was done on Good Day. So I had my
All right.
last hit around 7:45
Okay.
for my sports hit. The Giants reportedly and pretty much officially have set up an interview with Mike McCarthy, former Cowboys coach,
Okay.
Super Bowl winning coach with the Green Bay Packers. So that's set up for next week. And look, we know the quarterbacks that he's worked with: Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott. So he's another offensive-minded coach, and he knows the NFC East from coaching with the Cowboys.
All right. Well,
3 very good candidates. Who do they choose?
off we go.
Yeah.
All right, it is 10:10 here. Tina, thank you so much. We
Thanks,
don't always
Dan.